So those Commodore 64 Pandora sprites, I had some cleanup to do, which I did yesterday, no problem. The next thing was to create some animation from all 16 sprites, which was easy enough to do in Godot Engine. And then I thought I'd have a crack at the normal maps. I don't know why. What do I want normal maps for again? This is a trap I fall into whenever I start new projects. I think, okay, let's make it as simple as possible. And then, before I know it, yeah, it's got to look good. There's got to be something about it. I mean, who cares? 2D normal maps, what am I doing? What am I thinking? So anyway, did the normal maps, had some fun mucking about with Sprite Illuminator, which did a reasonable job. Then I had to work out how to actually use those normal maps in an animation sprite in Godot Engine. Apparently you have to create a shader first and then drag in the normal map into the material, and it's all hunky-dory. So that worked. Then what? I put a player in, scaled it up to 4 times its original size, set the nominal resolution to 480 by 270, which is 1/4 of an HD screen, and then scaled everything appropriately, and that gave me kind of a pixel view. I could show you a screen. I might drop one in at this point, or I might not. It depends how much effort it is, frankly. So that done, I had a sprite animated, stuck on an occluder, shaped it with an 8-pointed polygon, and that then cast a shadow, and I left it at that. But now what? Yeah, now what? Now I have a character. Next step, I could easily get it moving around. This is the point I usually get to in a project where I abandon everything because I think, well, this isn't going to be a good game. But I haven't given it a chance yet. And I have to forcefully tell myself now that I don't have to accept this programming. Programming, yeah. I programmed myself over decades to abandon stuff. And I reject that programming now. I might well abandon this, but I won't abandon the effort to make a game. So, first things first, forget about normal maps. I mean, honestly, what am I thinking? The other thing, I have 4 colours in the Pandora sprites. Forget that. I have to keep it simple. I'm going to go back to 1 bit. Now, Martin Linklater, one of the best programmers around, hello Martin, did drop a comment in recently saying, look, with all due respect, why are you getting into Godot Engine? You know Unity, stick with what you know. I might well just listen to him because, alright, my excuse was it'll force me to think in a different way. But the truth is, I actually wanted to use Godot Engine because I was sick and tired of Unity's limit on the number of machines I can have it installed on. And I want to work on my Mac Mini with the M1 processor, which is what I'm on now. But the problem is I could easily remove the license from one of my machines and then transfer it onto this one. But Unity on a Mac M1 is awful. It takes like 10 seconds to get out of edit mode into play mode. This is in the editor for the smallest program. So I've got to reject it for that. But can you hear the sound of excuses? You can, can't you? It's all just nonsense. I could just as easily use, where are they? Back there somewhere. My existing laptops to do stuff in Unity. That's what I should do. So, I don't know what I'm doing and I'm worried about normal maps. So that's got to go out the window. I said the philosophy was stripped back, so it's going to be 1-bit graphics. I saw some really nice 1-bit work on Twitter, and that reminded me by Kadabura, 26 years old, my God, less than half my age and ridiculously talented. Really love some of that work. But yeah, so 1-bit pixel art, which of course takes me back to the Spectrum version of Chimera. And the only reason I'm kind of not entirely convinced about isometric, which I always loved, by the way, I'm not convinced because of the controls. You know, the disconnect between the isometric orthogonal angles in the game world and the real Cartesian orthogonal angles of a pad or a cursor pad. They've just never worked. And of course, rotate and move never worked either. That's why I'm currently rejecting it. But I like it. I like isometric. So I don't know. The other thing to maybe go for is 2D side on. But the main thing is this. I have made progress, and I am trying to force myself through some of the barriers and recognize and be mindful of some of the barriers, some of the programming that I've created and that I must now forcefully reject. Go through that difficulty, have those tough conversations about why I'm doing this, what I want to make, without it stopping me moving forward. That's the thing. I can't allow myself to have a bloody existential crisis every time I work on a demo. It's just not on. See you soon.